derived from the Greek word aesthesis, meaning sense perception or feeling. It goes beyond simple appreciation. It goes beyond to critically evaluate how we experience, interpret, and judge the world around us. It goes beyond simple appreciation to critically evaluate. It goes beyond simple appreciation, goes beyond to critically evaluate. Critical evaluation goes beyond simple appreciation. How we experience, interpret. ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟଶାସ୍ତ୍ରରେ ଦର୍ଶନଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଶାଖା ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟ କଳା ସାଧାରଣ ପ୍ରକୃତିକୁ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଭାବରେ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ କରେ। ଗ୍ରୀକ୍ ଶବ୍ଦ ଏସ୍ଥେସିସ୍ ସରଳ ପ୍ରଶଂସାଠାରୁ ଅଧିକ ଯାଇ ଆମେ କିପରି ଆମ ଚାରିପାଖରେ ବିଶ୍ୱକୁ ଅନୁଭବ କରିପାରିବା ଚାରିପାଖରେ ଏବଂ ବିଚାର କରୁ, ତାହା ସୂଚନାମୂଳକ ସମାଲୋଚନାମୂଳକ ଭାବରେ ମୂଲ୍ୟାଙ୍କନ କରେ। ଅଧ୍ୟୟନର ମୂଳ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟଶାସ୍ତ୍ରକୁ ମୁଖ୍ୟତଃ ତିନୋଟି ମୁଖ୍ୟ ସ୍ତମ୍ଭରେ ବିଭକ୍ତ କରାଯାଇଛି: ପ୍ରକୃତି ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଏବଂ ବସ୍ତୁଗତ ଗୁଣ, ଯେପରିକି ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କିମ୍ବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷକ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଏକ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଗତ ଅଭିଜ୍ଞତା ନାହିଁ ତାହା ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ କରିବା କଳାର ଦର୍ଶନ। କଳା କ'ଣ ପରିଭାଷିତ କରେ? ମୌଳିକ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଗୁଡ଼ିକର ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ ଏହାକୁ ବିଶ୍ଳେଷଣ କରେ ଯେ କଳାର ଏକ ଅଂଶକୁ କ'ଣ ମୂଲ୍ୟାୟନ କରିଥାଏ। ସୂକ୍ଷ୍ମ କଳାକୁ ଦୈନନ୍ଦିନ ମନୋରଞ୍ଜନରୁ କ'ଣ ପୃଥକ କରେ? ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ବିଚାର ସମାଲୋଚନାମୂଳକ ମୂଲ୍ୟାଙ୍କନ ପଛରେ ତର୍କ ପରୀକ୍ଷା କରିବା ଏବଂ ଏହା ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ କରେ। ଆମେ ଭାବନା ଏବଂ ସ୍ୱାଦର ବିଚାର କିପରି ପ୍ରସ୍ତୁତ କରୁ? କିଛି ସୁନ୍ଦର, ଉତ୍କୃଷ୍ଟ, ଦୁଃଖଦ କିମ୍ବା ବିଚିତ୍ର ଭାବରେ। ନେଚର ଅଫ୍ ବିଉଟି ଏସ୍ଥେଟିକ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫିଲୋସଫି। ନେଚର ଆଣ୍ଡ ବିଉଟି investigate whether beauty is an objective quality inherent in object. Objective quality, perfect symmetry, or purely subjective experience within the observer. Philosophy of art exploring fundamental questions like art. What defines art? It analyzes what makes a piece of art, how it communicates a meaning, and what separates fine art from everyday entertainment. Examining the logic behind critical evaluation. Examine the logic. It explores how we formulate judgment of sentiment and tests such as the classifying something as beautiful, tragic or grotesque. Philosophical approaches over centuries. Major thinkers have contributed foundational theories to the field. Ancient Greek, Plato viewed beauty as an abstract. Aristotle emphasized the sensory experience and believed that art serves to imitate and provide insight into human nature. Aristotle emphasized the sensory experience, believed that art serves to imitate, provide insight into human nature. Immanuel Kant, in the 18th century, Kant argued that aesthetics, judgment, and subjective but universally claim validity. He introduced the idea of disinterestedness, the ability to appreciate an objective purely for its own form of beauty, of any practical use of desire. Alexander, the German philosopher who officially coined the term aesthetics in the 18th century, defining it as the science of sensory. ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଏକ ସାର ଅତିକ୍ରମଣୀୟ ଆଦର୍ଶ ଭାବରେ ଦେଖୁଥିଲେ। ବିପରୀତରେ ଆରିଷ୍ଟଟଲ ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟର ଅଭିଜ୍ଞତାକୁ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦେଇଥିଲେ। ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିଥିଲେ ଯେ କଳା ମାନବ ପ୍ରକୃତିର ଅନୁକରଣ ଫଲୋ କରି ଅନ୍ତର୍ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବାରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରେ। ଇମାନୁଏଲ କାଣ୍ଟ 18 ଶତାବ୍ଦୀରେ କାଣ୍ଟ ଯୁକ୍ତି ଦେଇଥିଲେ ଯେ ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟଗତ ବିଚାର ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଗତ ସାର୍ବଜନୀନ ଭାବରେ ବୈଧତା ଦାବି କରେ। ନିରପେକ୍ଷତା ଧାରଣା ପ୍ରଚଳନ କରିଥିଲେ। କୌଣସି ବ୍ୟବହାରିକ ବ୍ୟବହାର କିମ୍ବା ଇଚ୍ଛାରୁ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନ ଭାବରେ କୌଣସି ବସ୍ତୁକୁ କେବଳ The conscious creation something beautiful or meaningful using skill and imaginations. Fundamental human expression. Visual art, literature and music. Visual art, literature, music, communicating ideas, emotion and experience across culture and generation. Function of art can be categorized into three main areas. Personal functions, self-expression. Artists use their work to articulate. Personal functions, self-expression. Artists use their work to articulate personal feelings. Personal feelings. Articulate personal feelings. Psychological states and unique world views. क्या खाई दिल ने? Therapeutic. Creating or engaging with art is a widely used function of art can be categorized into three main areas. Personal function, self-expression. Artists use their work to articulate personal feelings, psychological states and unique world. Therapeutic. Creating or engaging with art is widely used as psychological tool to process trauma. କୌଶଳ ଏବଂ କଳ୍ପନା ବ୍ୟବହାର କରି କଳା ହେଉଛି ଏକ ସୁନ୍ଦର କିମ୍ବା ଅର୍ଥପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କିଛିରେ ସଚେତନ ସୃଷ୍ଟି। ଏହା ଏକ ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ଲିକ୍ ମାନବ ଅଭିବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ଯାହା ଭିଜୁଆଲ ଆର୍ଟ, ସାହିତ୍ୟ, ସଙ୍ଗୀତ, ଲିଟରେଚର, ମ୍ୟୁଜିକ୍ ଭିନ୍ନ ମାଧ୍ୟମ ବିସ୍ତାର କରେ। ସଂସ୍କୃତି ପିଚ୍ ଜେନେରେସନ୍ ମାଧ୍ୟମ ଧାରଣା ଭାବନା ଅନୁଭୂତି ଯୋଗାଯୋଗ କରିଥାଏ। କଳାର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟଗୁଡ଼ିକ ତିନୋଟି ମୁଖ୍ୟ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ବିଭକ୍ତ କରାଯାଇପାରେ। କଳାର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟଗୁଡ଼ିକ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଗତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଆତ୍ମଭିବ୍ୟକ୍ତି। କଳାକାରମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକୁ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଗତ ଭାବନା, ମନସ୍ତାତ୍ତ୍ୱିକ ସ୍ଥିତି ଏବଂ ଅନନ୍ୟ ବିଶ୍ୱ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିକୋଣକୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିବା ପାଇଁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରନ୍ତି। କଳାକାରମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକୁ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଗତ ଭାବନା, ମନସ୍ତାତ୍ତ୍ୱିକ ସ୍ଥିତି ଏବଂ ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ବିଶ୍ୱ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିକୋଣକୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିବା ପାଇଁ। ଥେରାପ୍ୟୁଟିକ୍ ଆଘାତ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାକରଣ, ଚାପରୁ ମୁକ୍ତି ଏବଂ ମାନସିକ ସୁସ୍ଥତାକୁ ଉନ୍ନତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ। ଇଜିଏଷ୍ଟ ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଉପଭୋଗ। କଳା ଆମ ଆନନ୍ଦ ଭିଜୁଆଲ କିମ୍ବା ଶ୍ରୋତା ଭାବରେ ଆମ ଡେଲି ନନ୍ଦିନ ଜୀବନକୁ ସମ୍ବୋଧ କରିଥାଏ। ସାମାଜିକ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଯୋଗାଯୋଗ ଏବଂ ମନ୍ତବ୍ୟ। କଳା ପ୍ରାୟତଃ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ପ୍ରକାଶ କରିବା, ସମାଜ ଆଦର୍ଶକୁ ସମାଲୋଚନା କରିବା, ସାମାଜିକ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ଆଣିବା, ଯାହା ଯାନବାହନରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିଥାଏ। ଶିକ୍ଷା କଳା ଇତିହାସ। ଶିକ୍ଷା ପରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ପି ଜେନେରେସନ୍ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସାଂସ୍କୃତିକ ହେରିଟେଜ୍। ଶାରୀରିକ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଉପଯୋଗୀ ବସ୍ତୁଗୁଡ଼ିକ କଳା ସ୍ଥାପିତ ଆଶାପତ୍ର ଶିଳ୍ପ ଡିଜାଇନ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ। ଏହି ଧାରଣାଗୁଡ଼ିକର ଏକ ଗଭୀର ଭାଙ୍ଗିବା ପାଇଁ ଆପଣ ବ୍ରିଟାନିକା ଆର୍ଟ ଗାଇଡ଼ ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ କରିପାରିବେ କିମ୍ବା ଦର୍ଶନ ଶାସ୍ତ୍ର ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ୍ ଏନସାଇକ୍ଲୋପିଡ଼ିଆରେ ସୁଜାନି। କଳା କଲଚର encompasses culture. Share belief, behavior, value, culture. Belief, behavior and material objects define society. It provides a blueprint for how people live. Land caste. Culture is not inherited. It is a collective phenomenon. For a behavior or belief to be cultural, be accepted, practiced, and understood by a member of a specific group. Symbolic. Culture relies heavily on symbols. Culture relies heavily on symbols. Culture relies heavily. Integrated. The various elements of culture such as the religion, economy, language, social culture, structure, interconnected, change in one aspect, integrated. Culture is never static, it continuously evolves and changes over time. This stems to globalization, technology advancement, migration, shifting process, societal values. Indeed, the various elements of culture such as the religion, economy, language, social infrastructure are interconnected. Change in one aspect will often influence or cause changes in others. Hello. Integrated various the various element of culture such as the religion, economy, language. Various element of culture such as the religion, economy, language, of social structure. Changes in one aspect will often influence or cause transmitted. It is very significantly from society to society. While every human group has culture, diverse, it varies significantly from society to society. Adaptive. The culture provides the books, techniques, and social frameworks. Culture provides the tools, social frameworks humans need to adapt to their natural and social environment, survive, and meet their biological and psychological needs. Transmitted. Culture is cumulative and passed down from generation to generation, primarily through communication ensuring social continuity. Integrated. The various elements of culture such as the religion, economy, language, social structure and interconnected. The change in one aspect will often influence. Culture religion, economy, language, social structure, culture, economy, transmitted. Adaptive culture provides tools, techniques, adaptive, diverse, it varies significantly. Society to society changes with diverse dynamic money culture is never entirely static. It continuously evolves and changes over time. Technological advancement, migration, and shifting symbolic culture relies heavily on symbols, particularly language, gesture, and art to assign meaning to world and communicate a complex idea. Symbolic. Say collective phenomenon behavior. International of the dynamic basis to the society transition from traditional. Modern basis to the society transition from traditional agrarian structure to secular. Modern dynamic basis to the society transition from traditional agrarian structure to secular, industrialized and urbanized systems. Industrialized have, urbanized have, agrarian structure have, it guided by the application of science, technology, innovation, specialized labor and rise of democratic, bureaucratic and individual social frameworks. Application of science, technological innovation, specialized labor, and the rise of democratic, bureaucratic, and individualized. Economic transformation, industrialization shift from manual agricultural based production to mass manufacturing and specialized wage based labor economy. Industrialization, a shift from manual agriculture based production to mass manufacturing. Mass manufacturing. Technological growth, high dependency on modern science and advanced technologies. Modernization ମାନେ ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରିଆଲାଇଜେସନ୍ ହେଉଛି ମାର୍କେଟ ଇଣ୍ଟିଗ୍ରେସନ୍ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜି ଗ୍ରୋଥ shift from a manual or agriculture based production to mass manufacturing and specialized wage based labor economy. Market integration, the growth of a national and global market for good capital. The growth of national and global markets for goods and capital and services. Market integration, a growth of national and global markets for good and capital and services, driving a spectacular rise in overall. Technological growth, high dependency on the modern science and advanced technology. Solve problems. Improve living standards. Market integration, growth of international and global market for goods, capital and service, driving a spectacular rise in overall and per capita wealth. Production to mass manufacturing and specialized wage-based labor economy. Social cultural revolution. Urbanization, the mass movement of population from rural areas to cities, changing the way people work. Urbanization, social and cultural revolution. Social and cultural revolution. Social and cultural revolution. Urbanization, the mass movement of a population from rural areas to cities, changing from way people work, live and interact. Social mobility, a shift from rigid inherited mass involvement of population from rural areas, changing way people work, live and interact. Social and cultural revolutions. Modernization, social mobility, a shift from rigid inherited social hierarchies, such as traditional caste or feudal systems, to flexible achievement-based individual nuclear families. The shift from large extended kinship groups to nuclear families, valuing personal choice. Educational expansion, mass literacy, higher education, and specialized training replace traditional elder-led home learning. Political structural changes, rise of the nation state. Political authority becomes centralized framework of a sovereign nation state. Bureaucratization, nation state, rise of nation state. The complex governance relies on large formalized organizations, written laws, rules, procedures, modernization nature. Representative democracy, rule of rise of a nation state, a sovereign nation state, authority of typical legitimized through democratic framework and secularization. Secularization, direct next कौन? Secularization, a decreasing influence of a religious doctrine. Smart board पढ़ा होते हो? Influence of religious doctrine in public life. Secularization, a decreasing influence of a religious doctrine. Governance and daily customs. Universal legal system होती है. Decreasing influence of a religious doctrine टा decrease कमी जाऊँगी. Governance रहोगी, daily customs रहोगी with a greater focus on
ବୋଉ କହ ବାହାରିବ
Universal legal systems, the use of formal courts.
ବୋଉ କହ ବାହାରିକି ମୁଁ ଯାଉଛି ନେଇକି ଗାଡ଼ି ଯିବୁ ଯାଇକି ଆସିବୁ ଖରା ହେଲାଣି।
Use of formal courts and standardized judicial system to resolve dispute, rather than relying on caste panchayata.
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
Universal legal system, the use of formal courts and standardized judicial systems to resolve dispute. Use of formal court and standardized judicial systems to resolve dispute, rather than relying on caste panchayata or local elders. Decreasing influence of religious doctrine on their public life.